Imagine a world carved from ice and fire, where the land itself seems alive with ancient power and mystery. Here the wind howls across unforgiving seas, and the ocean's fury is matched only by the resilience of those who call this place home. The Vikings, fierce and resourceful, built their lives in this harsh landscape, forging communities that thrived against the odds. For them, the gods were not distant rulers in the sky. They were ever-present neighbors, woven into every storm, every harvest, and every battle fought for survival. Their mythology explained the mysteries of the world, from the crack of thunder to the shadowy realm of death, offering meaning and guidance in a world of uncertainty. The gods of the Norse were as flawed, passionate, and unpredictable as the people who worshipped them, capable of great kindness and terrible wrath. Odin, the All-Father, was a relentless seeker of wisdom, willing to sacrifice anything, even his own eye, for knowledge and power. Thor, his mighty son, wielded the hammer Mjolnir to protect both gods and mortals, battling giants and monsters to keep chaos at bay. Freyja, fierce and beautiful, presided over love, war and fate, guiding warriors and lovers alike with her powerful magic and unbreakable will. The Vikings' relationship with their gods was deeply personal and transactional. Offerings and prayers were exchanged for protection, good harvests, and victory in battle. Through sacrifices, rituals, and the sharing of stories, the Norse people bound themselves to their deities and to each other, forging a culture rich in tradition and meaning. Around winter fires, sagas were told, tales that taught lessons of courage, honor, loyalty, and the inescapable pull of fate that shaped every life. The gods were present in every voyage across the sea, every clash of swords, and every hope for glory or survival. Even in death, the Vikings looked to their gods, seeking a place in the afterlife among heroes and ancestors. Join us as we journey back through time to unveil the deities who inspired one of history's most formidable and fascinating cultures, and discover the legends that still echo across the North today. Odin, chief of the Aesir, was a god of paradox, restless, cunning, and obsessed with knowledge. He was both a wanderer and a ruler, a seeker and a giver, forever straddling the line between wisdom and madness. Odin's hunger for understanding was legendary, driving him to the farthest reaches of the world and the deepest mysteries of the cosmos. He sacrificed his eye at Mimir's well for wisdom, trading physical sight for deeper vision. This act was not just a loss, but a transformation. Odin gained the ability to see what others could not, to peer into the hidden layers of fate and destiny. The price he paid became a symbol of the value he placed on knowledge above all else. Odin's relentless quest led him to hang himself from Yggdrasil for 9 days, discovering the runes and the secrets of magic. Through agony and isolation, he unlocked the language of the gods, gaining power over fate and the elements. This sacrifice was a testament to his willingness to endure any hardship for enlightenment. His ravens, Hugin and Munin, scoured the realms as his eyes and ears, feeding his insatiable curiosity. They brought him news from every corner of the world, whispering secrets and stories, ensuring that nothing escaped Odin's notice. Unlike Thor, Odin was a strategist, inspiring battle madness in his chosen warriors and gathering the bravest souls in Valhalla. He valued cunning and foresight in battle, rewarding those who fought not just with strength but with cleverness and resolve. The warriors he selected would feast and train in Valhalla, preparing for the final battle at the end of days. He was the god of kings, poets, and outcasts, valuing cunning and sacrifice above brute force. Odin inspired leaders to rule wisely, poets to seek truth in their verses, and even those cast aside to find meaning in their struggles. Odin's influence shaped the Viking ideals of wisdom, foresight, and the willingness to pay any price for a greater purpose. His presence was felt in every decision, every risk, and every act of courage that defined the Norse spirit. He was both feared and revered, embodying the relentless pursuit of knowledge. To invoke Odin was to invite both inspiration and danger, for his gifts often came with a heavy cost. In every saga, Odin's presence is a reminder wisdom often demands sacrifice. The stories of his deeds echo through the ages, teaching that true understanding is never given freely, but earned through struggle and daring. The All-Father's legacy endures as the restless spirit of the Viking Age, inspiring all who seek knowledge, adventure, and the courage to face the unknown. If Odin was the mind, Thor was the muscle of the Norse gods. Thor, god of thunder, was beloved by common folk for his strength and courage. His hammer, Mjolnir, was both a weapon and a symbol of protection, blessing marriages and sanctifying life's milestones. Thor's chariot thundered across the sky, his power amplified by iron gauntlets and a magical belt. He battled giants, defending gods and mortals from chaos, embodying the eternal struggle between order and destruction. Thor's tales reveal both his might and his relatable, sometimes gullible nature. Amulets of Mjolnir were worn for protection, a testament to his enduring popularity. Thor was the people's champion, a reassuring force in a dangerous world. When storms raged, the Vikings knew Thor was fighting for them. Freyja, goddess of love and war, brought a unique power to the Norse pantheon. As a Vanir, she ruled over beauty, desire, and abundance, but also led warriors into battle. Her prized necklace, Brisingamen, and her mastery of Seda magic made her both alluring and formidable. Freyja's independence and agency set her apart. She shaped her own destiny and taught even Odin the secrets of magic. She could fly between realms in her falcon feather cloak, embodying freedom and transformation. In death, half of the fallen warriors joined her in Folkvanga, her own hall of heroes. Freyja was a goddess for all seasons, passionate, fierce, and mysterious. Her influence spanned love, war, magic, and fate. Viking worship was rooted in nature, not grand temples. Sacred groves, hills, and springs served as their sanctuaries, places where gods were believed to dwell. Simple stone altars and wooden idols marked these sites, blending seamlessly with the wild landscape. The divine was felt most strongly in untamed places, fostering deep respect for nature. Major temples like Uppsala existed, but most worship was personal. Small figurines on a shelf, prayers at the hearth. The longhouse itself could become a sacred space for family rituals. Faith was woven into daily life, not reserved for special occasions. For Vikings, the gods were everywhere, in the land, the home, and the heart. The blot was the heart of Norse ritual, a communal sacrifice and feast to honor the gods. Animal blood consecrated altars and people, while the meat became a shared meal, binding community and divine. Toasts of ale or mead were raised to gods, ancestors, and leaders. Human sacrifice, though rare, was reserved for times of crisis, underscoring the seriousness of their faith. Everyday rituals, leaving offerings for land spirits or carving runes for luck, kept the sacred close. For Vikings, every act could be a prayer, every day a dialogue with the divine. Their rituals reflected a world where the sacred and the ordinary were inseparable. The Vikings believed in Weird, a web of fate woven by the Norns, shaping every life and even the gods. Honor was found in facing fate bravely, especially in battle. Valkyries, Odin's warrior maidens, chose the bravest slain to join the afterlife. Half went to Valhalla, Odin's hall where they fought and feasted, preparing for Ragnarok. The other half joined Freyja in Folkvanga, her own realm of heroes. Those who died ordinary deaths went to Hell, a shadowy underworld, not a place of punishment but a continuation of existence. This belief in glorious afterlives inspired fearlessness and shaped Viking values. Death was not an end but a new beginning among the gods. The promise of honor in death echoed through every Viking saga. At the center of Norse myth stood Yggdrasil, the world tree connecting 9 realms. Asgard was home to the gods, Midgard the world of humans, Jotunheim, land of giants, each realm teeming with its own stories. The Bifrost Bridge linked gods and mortals, while other realms housed elves, dwarves, and the dead. Myths told of gods' journeys, monstrous beasts, and epic battles, explaining the world's origins and moral code. These tales taught the value of oaths, the dangers of greed, and the necessity of courage. The interconnected realms reflected a universe alive with tension and possibility. Norse myths were the Vikings' cultural DNA, shaping their worldview and identity. Through these stories, the cosmos became a stage for heroism, trickery, and fate. Norse myth reaches its climax with Ragnarok, the doom of the gods, a cataclysmic battle that brings about the end of the world as it was known. This is not just a simple ending, but a cosmic upheaval, a final reckoning where the fate of gods and mortals alike is decided in fire and chaos. The signs of Ragnarok are unmistakable, an endless bitter winter that grips the land, the sun and moon swallowed by monstrous wolves, and the release of ancient beasts long held in chains. The gods, knowing their doom is near, march bravely to face their destiny, joined by warriors and monsters alike. In the chaos, Odin falls to the mighty wolf Fenrir, while Thor, the thunder god, slays the world serpent Jormungandr, but succumbs to its deadly venom. Loki, once a friend to the gods, now leads the forces of chaos, turning brother against brother in the final struggle. The world is consumed by fire, the seas rise and swallow the land, and all seems lost. Yet from the smouldering ashes, a new earth emerges, lush, green, and full of life. The cycle of destruction gives way to renewal, and hope is born anew. Surviving gods gather on this reborn earth, and a new human pair steps forward, destined to repopulate the world. The cycle of life, death, and rebirth continues, echoing the eternal rhythms of nature and fate. For the Vikings, this myth of destruction and rebirth was more than a story. It was a source of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest times, renewal is possible. It gave them strength to face the unknown. If even the gods could meet their fate with courage and resolve, then so too could mortals. The saga inspired them to live bravely, to stand together in the face of adversity, and to never lose faith in the promise of a new dawn. The tale of Ragnarok is a timeless call to bravery, resilience, and the enduring belief that every ending is also a beginning. For the Vikings, the end was never truly the end, only the start of another story, another chance to shape their destiny. Their legacy endures, echoing through the ages as a testament to courage, hope, and the unbreakable spirit of those who dare to face fate head-on.